Hello friends, today we are performing the experiment on major losses, and this setup is here we are measuring the friction through the pipe. Okay, this is a kind of major loss. In this setup we have many parts. The first one is pump, and second one is pipe, third one is U2 manometer, and fourth one is measuring tank, and fifth one is main tank. In this experiment, the pump will pump the water from the main tank through the pipe, it will flow, and finally it will be deposited in the measurable tank. Okay. Here we have to segregate the water in a single pipe. Total we have a 3 pipe pipe. The smallest one is 12.5 mm pipe, and middle pipe is 20 mm diameter, and the third one is 25 mm diameter, and common channel is given from the pump to these 3 pipes. Okay. Today we are conducting the experiment on 25 mm pipe. Okay. How to get the flow through this water, we'll see. Okay. Once I switch on the pump, the water will flow from the pump to this pipe, and here flow can be adjusted. In this experiment, we are conducting the flow with the low flow, moderate flow, and the high flow. This will be taken care by rotating the. Okay, next, here 3 pipe setup will be given. If a valve is tilted towards the pipe in the vertical direction, then it means the water will flow from the 25 mm pipe. Okay, the next important thing is here we have to measure the difference in the U2 manometer. Okay, once we are measuring the difference, then water will be deposited in the measurement tank. Once it will indicate how much centimeter it will be deposited. Now what we have to calculate here is, for 10 centimeter, we have to calculate the distance from the measurement tank. For a 10 centimeter discharge, what will be the time taken, we need to calculate. Okay, once we calculate the timer, then we have to calculate the actual discharge and the theoretical discharge. Once we have this one, we can calculate the frictional losses in the 25 mm. Similarly, we have to conduct the experiment in the 20 mm diameter pipe and also 12.5 mm diameter pipe. Okay, after all the calculation, we will calculate the frictional losses to all the different diameter pipes, and afterwards we have to conclude the things. What we have to conclude is, if a diameter of the pipe is increased, what will be the frictional loss, and also if a flow is increased or decreased, what will be the frictional loss. Okay.
So today we will see the calculation part of the friction in pipe. In last video we have seen how to do the experimental work. So we have the setup of equations what we have taken from the friction in pipe. So when you consider the friction in pipe, so we will be having 2 types of losses. One is the friction due to the major losses, and the friction due to the minor losses. So what is meaning of the friction due to the major losses? The major losses is nothing but what? The losses which is occur because of only the friction, understanding, and the losses which is occur because of change in the cross section, that is either it may be the sudden enlargement, sudden contraction, or the bend in the pipe. Because of that, the losses which occur is called as minor losses. So we have seen in the last video how to do the experimental work of the friction in pipe on 25 mm diameter pipe. So what are the observations we have taken from the experiment? The first observation is area of the measuring tank. That is, we have the measuring tank area is that is 200 into 300 mm. So I converted that one. So this is 0.2 into 0.3 mm. Okay. After multiplication, we are going to get the answer is 0.06 meter square. Next, the length of the pipe, that is L, is equal to 1.5 meter. The length of the pipe 1.5 meter means where the inlet port of the manometer is connected and the outlet or the one set another limb of the manometer where the pipe is connected. The length over there that taken is nothing but 1.5 meter. Next, the density of the water is 1000 kg per meter cube. Acceleration due to gravity G is equal to 9.81, and the rise of water, that is capital R, is 0.1 meter, that is 10 centimeter. So from the previous video we have taken the experiment on the 25 mm diameter pipe, that is I have taken in the first column 25 mm. So I converted that one, so 0.025 meter. Because all the readings are in meter, so you convert all the whatever the set of reading you are going to take in terms of meter. The manometer reading, when the water is flowing in a pipe, so whatever the difference you are going to get, that difference I have noted here, 0.015 meter for the first reading, and the time taken for the 10 centimeter rise of water is 7.22 second. Okay, and there is one more reading, this is 0.015 when the flow is moderate. So that time the time taken for the to fill the 10 centimeter rise of water, that is 7.68 second. So what the things we have to calculate here, what is the Darcy constant? That is nothing but the friction factor due to the Darcy equation. So that is nothing but the F value. So we know the equation. So this equation already we have derived in a classroom. H is equal to 4FLV square, 4FLV square divided by 2 into G into D. So F is equal to, so I'll be calculating the F value from the formula. F is equal to H into 2GD divided by 4LV square. Okay, the L is nothing but the length of the pipe, so you take this capital L, and the velocity we are going to calculate, that is Q actual divided by area. Here you will be having two areas, one is small a and one is capital A. The small a belongs to the cross sectional area of the pipe, that is pi by 4 d square, and the capital A belongs to the area of the measuring tank, that is 0.2 into 0.3, that is equal to 0.06 meter square. Okay, so when you find out the discharge related things is nothing but what? The capital A, the rise of water, and the time taken for the 10 centimeter rise of water. So from this equation we are going to get the actual discharge, and here we are going to get, when you take actual discharge divided by area, we are going to get the velocity. Okay, so we'll put here, we'll first find out what is the actual discharge. So Q actually is equal to, the area is 0.06 into the rise of water, that is you have taken 0.1 meter, so 0.1 divided by the time taken is 7.22. When you do the calculation part of this discharge, we are going to get the answer is 0.77 meter cube per second. So 0.06 into 0.1 divided by time taken is 7.22. So we are going to get the discharges 0.77 meter cube per second. So what is the answer you are going to get here? 0.77 meter cube per second. So let us take the value in a tabular column, that is 0.77 0.77 meter cube per second. After this, what is the next step? You have to calculate the velocity here. So V is equal to, so already I have taken the formula, the Q actual divided by the cross sectional area. Okay. So Q actual already you have calculated, that is 0.77, and here the cross sectional area is pi by 4, and the D is 0.02 for you, 0.02 for you meter square. So when you calculate this value, we are going to get the answer is 0.169, the answer is what? So we have taken 0.77 divided by pi by 4 d square. The answer for this one is 1.69, and the unit is meter per second. So after calculating the velocity, you take again the same value in a tabular column. This is 1.69. After this, what is remaining in the formula? The L is known, the velocity we have calculated, the diameter is 25 mm, the G is the acceleration due to gravity, only the remaining is the H value. The H value is given as, from the formula, H is equal to 12.6 into X. The X is nothing but the manometer difference. This is already taken from the experiment, 0.01 for you meter. And here we have, there is one more formula to convert whatever. So we have here one more equation, that is H is equal to 12.6 into X. The X is nothing but the manometer difference. The manometer difference we are going to get from the manometer, and this difference is in terms of meters of mercury. So for that one, what is required here, you have to convert that meters into the meters of water. We have one more equation, that is H is equal to X into the density of heavier liquid divided by density of lighter liquid minus 1. So when you take the density of heavier liquid is 13,600, and the density of lighter liquid is 1000 minus 1. So we are going to get this as a 13.6 minus 1 into X. So this becomes 12.6 into X. So this value will be taken when the lighter liquid is flowing in a pipe and we are keeping the heavier liquid in a mercury. So to convert that one, we use this formula. Suppose instead of any lighter liquid other than water is there, so that density you have to keep here, and then you have to find out what is the equation you have to use to find out the head loss in terms of meters of water or in terms of meters of that particular liquid. So once you get all these values, so we'll convert, we'll find out the answer. The H is 12.6 into the difference is, that is 0.015, and the answer is 0.189 meter, that is meters of water So again we will keep the value in a tabular column. So 0.189 meters of water. Now what is remaining here? Only the Darcy constant, that is F is equal to H into 2 GD divided by 4 capital N V square. Here H is, your calculated is 0.189 into 2. The G is the acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.81. The diameter of the pipe is now taken 25 mm. So 0.025 meter divided by 4 into the length is 1.5 meter into the velocity is, your calculated is 1.69. This is 1.69 square. So we have to calculate the friction factor or the Darcy factor, and the answer is 0.0054. Our answer. This is the loss is occurred when the water is flowing in a pipe, and the same answer will be writing again in a tabular column, that is 0.0054. So this is how we have to calculate the reading for the Darcy factor for the first reading. Similarly, we have to calculate the Darcy factor for the second reading. So by similar way, we have to calculate for the second reading. So the H loss, that is H is equal to 12.6 into X. We are going to get the answer is 0.189 for the second reading. The rise of water here is 7.68 because we have regulated the discharge. So the actual discharge is 0.71 meter cube per second, and the velocity is 1.57, and the Darcy constant is 0.00626. This is what you are going to get the answer. A similar way, what we have to do for the 12.5 mm as well as 20 mm diameter pipe, the same set of reading we have to take. The same way we have to take all the readings, and we have to do the calculation part. So for the 12.5 and for the 20 mm diameter pipe. And then lastly, what is, we have to give the conclusion. So when the diameter of the pipe is going to change, what is the friction factor is going to change, as well as when the discharge is varying, what is the conclusion part. So similar way, between when the discharge is varying and when the diameter of the pipe is varying, what is your conclusion part. So that we have to write at the last of the experiment.